As you may know, artists and musicians like to portray a certain lifestyle, but I bet you didn't know that most of them are broke. This is my reaction to J Diggs, How Artists, let me see the title. Here's why every artist goes broke. Yes, all of them. Let's get right into it.
Albums and be broke. Let that sink in. T-Pain didn't just make hits. He rewired the sound of modern hip-hop and pop. Before him, autotune was mostly used to discreetly correct pitch. And after him, it became a stylistic weapon. From Buy You a Drink to Bartender, to every feature in the mid-2000s, his voice wasn't just recognizable. It became the sound of the entire era. And that's not an exaggeration. Without T-Pain...
Man, after T-Pain, everybody started using autotune. They started abusing it. I don't even like autotune, honestly.
There's no Kanye West on 808s and Heartbreak. There's no Travis Scott space crooning over dark trap beats. No Future melodic mumble rap. Even Kanye admitted it. T-Pain walked so he could 808.
It really came down to the same fact of what Kanye told me. Like, you know, he said to me that 808s and Heartbreaks is Rapper Turned Singer. Because Rapper Turned Singer was a bunch of love songs with a ton of bass in them. And I'm making love songs with bass, love songs being the heartbreak.
Yeah, I think T-Pain genuinely had the most catchy songs ever. I think I memorized all the lyrics to a good chunk of his songs.
808s being the bass. So, in a sense, we just kind of remade Rapper Turned Singer, but, you know, in all honesty, just like Kanye said, he just had a better marketing plan.
At one point, T-Pain was so dominant that if you were an artist without a T-Pain feature, you were probably just waiting for one. He was everywhere. Grammys, BET, MTV, Billboard. And behind all of it, he was raking in what he said was over 40 million. Then, he lost it all. T-Pain went on a now legendary interview circuit explaining how he blew through every dollar.
When you say you was broke, was you had like $0?
See, that's why it's important to save your money. If you are a rapper, how long do you think you're going to be a rapper for? You are not going to be a rapper for that long. You're not going to have a 30-year career like a regular U.S. citizen. You're going to have a good 2 or 3 year run. You better save half of your money, not buy the Lamborghinis and Bugattis. You know how much a Bugatti costs? Bugatti costs $3 million. That's a good chunk of your money gone on a car that's going to depreciate as soon as you leave the lot. See, what they need to do is have a financial plan set up for these artists as soon as you sign them. Because it can get out of hand fast.
Broke
I
up.
had to borrow money to get my kids Burger King.
Wow.
Yeah.
After having, what's the most you ever had in the bank at one time?
40 million.
Jesus Christ, T-Pain. How do you have a hairline? Oh my God. $40 million.
That hurts
to
me.
Zero.
Real estate deals gone wrong. A $1.2 million Bugatti that kept breaking down. Jewelry, chains, custom speakers, and a stripper pole in the living room. He admitted he didn't invest. He didn't budget and trusted the wrong people. Eventually, the money dried up. He said at one point he couldn't afford to take his kids to Burger King.
If
Obviously.
I would have had the information beforehand,
See, this is why it's so good, right? It's good to have money, then lose that money. And hopefully don't lose a whole lot. Like, get like $20,000 at one time. And see how fast that $20,000 goes by. The next time you get it, you'll say, this isn't as much money as I think it is. And you'll use it more properly. It's these artists, usually their first time getting a big chunk of money at one time. And so they blow through $10 million, $40 million. And that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You're never getting that again. Yeah, so.
would have done better in my career. I would have been bigger. I would have gone broke. I would have never done anything. But everybody before me that I had to look up to, they were just like, no, this is great. Once you start rapping, it's just money all the time. Nothing's ever gonna happen bad. Nothing bad's ever gonna happen. Your family's not gonna come after you. Nothing's gonna happen.
Imagine going from Billboard #1s to struggling with fast food money. But unlike some others, T-Pain got real about it. He got on Twitch, started producing his own
Yeah, because you know Lil Wayne has that new Lamborghini, so I gotta get the new Lamborghini to like, come on, man, tighten up.
music again, toured smart, and became an advocate for financial literacy. His comeback was humble, honest, and a warning to artists of today. He said, "Don't just get money, learn how to keep it." Before the money problems, B.o.B looked like he was headed for Rap Pop Hall of Fame. In 2010, he dropped B.o.B Presents The Adventures of Bobby Ray, and it blew up. He had major hits with Bruno Mars, Nothing on You, Haley Williams' Airplanes, Rivers Cuomo's Magic. Every single felt like a summer anthem. He wasn't just getting radio spins.
That
He was
Airplane
crossing
song was
genres,
crazy.
collaborating with rock stars, performing on award shows, headlining tours. But behind the scenes, the checks weren't checking. B.o.B eventually came out and said it plainly. He was broke.
I mean, how many songs do you guys remember by B.o.B? Like, I only remember that Airplane song. I don't remember any of his other songs.
With Atlantic Records early in his career, and like many major label deals, his contract was designed to benefit the label, not the artist. He didn't own his music. He didn't control the revenue streams. Despite dropping platinum singles, his bank account barely reflected his success.
Man, they're signing these guys to the ultimate 360 deals. They don't get access to any of their own money. That's crazy. How do you not have access? You're generating all the money, and you're not getting any of it. Come on, man.
He compared it to being trapped. The more hits he made, the more the label profited. And he just watched everyone else get rich off his work.
I got signed at, so like typically when you're an artist or you're doing a deal, a record deal, you do the record deal and then someone's probably gonna approach you for a publishing deal if you songwrite or produce or something like that. And so, I mean, even if you don't, I mean, you're an artist, so someone's gonna make money.
So he broke free. He left Atlantic, went independent, and started selling music directly to his fans. He began to earn money only when he left the system that exploited him. Think about that.
He should have
One of the
stayed
most
independent
recognizable
from the
voices of the
start.
early 2010s had to start from scratch just to make a real living. That's not a one-off story. That's industry standard. What makes B.o.B's story even sadder is he was marketed as a success story, the genre-bending smart rapper who made it mainstream. But behind closed doors, the pressure to deliver crossover hits meant he lost creative control. By the time he wanted to pivot and talk about deeper topics, the label didn't care. His decline wasn't just...
Yeah, the label's worried about what's going to make that dollar. They're not worried about, oh, I want to expand my horizons into this genre. What works? Here's the formula. Follow the formula. Sad, man.
Financial, it was emotional and artistic too. When he finally went indie, he started rapping about conspiracies and government control. And to some fans, it seemed like he snapped. But maybe he was just finally speaking freely for the first time in years. Kesha exploded in 2009 with TikTok, one of the most infectious.
It's kind of crazy. She had a song called TikTok before TikTok, the app, actually came out. It's kind of crazy.
Energy pop songs of the 2000s. It broke records. It made her a star overnight. She followed it up with bangers like We Are Who We Are, Blow, and Die Young. Her image, glitter, rebellion, party girl chaos.
I don't know if you guys have seen Kesha lately, but she looks so much different. There was a video a while ago that I saw, and she was unrecognizable. I mean, she must have had a lot of plastic surgery done or something, but I didn't even recognize her.
Reality, legal shackles. Despite all those hits, Kesha wasn't free. She was signed to Dr. Luke under Sony, and behind the scenes, she was locked in one of the ugliest contracts disputes in music history. In 2014, she sued Dr. Luke for sexual assault, battery, and emotional abuse, claiming he controlled every aspect of her career and threatened to ruin her if she spoke out. But because he owned her contract, the lawsuit turned into a legal tug-of-war over her ability to release music at all. For years, Kesha couldn't drop music without going through the same man she
I
was...
bet that happens so often where, like, men take advantage of their position of power. You sign these attractive young artists, and you're like, You kind of own them with the agreement, the contract that you have with them, and you're like, well, we'll give you some leniency if you can do some of this stuff on the side for us. Like, come on, man, it's so grimy.
Accusing of abuse. And to make things worse, she still owed him albums. If she broke the contract, she'd be sued. If she stayed, she'd have to work with him. It's a lose-lose scenario. And with that came a huge financial cost. While her old singles racked up hundreds of millions of streams, Kesha was spending millions on legal fees, not making millions from her royalties. She was one of the most famous women in pop, but she couldn't fully tour, promote, or even release music the way other artists could. For nearly 5 years, she was bleeding.
The music industry really just sucks the soul right out of the artist. I mean, they probably start singing and music because they just enjoy it. You don't get paid anything for doing it at first. You end up being pretty good, and somebody signs you, and they just suck the soul out of you. Like, it literally drives you insane.
Money while the industry moved on. Even when she dropped her powerful comeback album, Rainbow, in 2017, it was still released under the label that was tied to Dr. Luke, meaning he still profited from it. She was literally paying the man she was trying to escape from. Kesha's story isn't just about financial downfall. It's about how an artist at the top of the charts can be creatively and financially imprisoned by bad contracts and legal entanglements. And here's the real kicker. TikTok was once the most downloaded digital single in history. It made tens of millions, but the person who sang it barely saw any of it.